A poor little cat got stuck in a rod cage. But before we see what happened next, let's give a huge shout out to Support Voiceless for sharing this soul-touching story on their channel. This story is about the brave little kitty whose head was wedged brutally between the iron rods of a grate. She was barely able to breathe as the cage around her was suffocating. Hope was quickly slipping away. Suddenly, a nearby shop owner heard its cry and rescued it, bringing a glimmer of hope to the situation. It wasn't loud, yet it carried a weight of pain that couldn't be ignored. Who was it? A small, innocent cat, trapped in a situation that seemed to have no escape. Cats are definitely known for being curious and nimble, which leads them into a tricky spot. But this situation was not a normal one. That innocent little kitten was brutally trapped with those merciless rods. Something had to be done immediately. The shop owner did his best to manage the situation within his capacity. Attempts were made to place a polythene bag around her to ease the pain and even to cut the bars. But nothing worked out. Realizing the task was too big to tackle alone, the shopkeeper called for help. Thanks to his quick thinking, a team of skilled animal rescuers arrived on the scene in no time. They were not just animal rescuers. They were people with big hearts. Hearts as big as their determination to save any life. As time passed, the situation became more complex. And why, you might wonder? This reason will surely surprise you. The uneven rods were more than just a trap. With every attempt to move, the sharp, jagged edges of the rods posed a severe threat to the kitten's neck. Also, constant rolling and struggling to break free only worsened the injuries, leaving the neck severely bruised. This turned the rescue into a race against time to save the kitten from further harm. They brainstormed, considering every possible way. What was the solution then? How could they save the kitten from this dangerous trap? What could end its suffering? Suddenly, an idea sparked. Wow, you won't believe it. They just came up with the most brilliant plan. Carefully cutting through the rods using an electric saw. Ensuring the kitten's safety during the procedure was still a challenge. A protective metal shield was placed over the kitten's head to ensure avoiding any direct contact with its fragile skin. Pure genius, isn't it? One could feel the tension in the air as they got ready to carry out their plan. But that was the only way out. The moment everyone had been anxiously anticipating finally arrived. Success! The bars were finally cut through. She was finally free. They were able to reach and pull the frightened kitten from the cage. Now, their utmost priority was to shift her to a safe place where she could be examined. Once settled in a cozy place, they gently applied ointment to her wounded neck. This brought immediate relief to the kitten, who had been suffering in pain for a long time. Although she still had neck injuries, she seemed to be in better condition than before. However, her path to recovery would still be long. Following the rescue, the tiny poor soul was carefully fed with milk. They made sure to place her in a soft and comfortable spot. However, as no one wanted to take any chances with her health again, so they decided to send her to an animal hospital. This significant rescue was indeed a huge achievement for everyone involved in this act of kindness. What an incredible story, isn't it? We have a similar story about a cat trapped in an unusual situation. Did she survive? Curious to hear? Let's dive into one of the most heart-pounding stories shared by Support Voiceless. Our story is about a curious cat whose inquisitive nature led it on an adventure. Curiosity, as they say, can lead to unexpected situations. It started with a phone call received by the Rescue Foundation where one of the concerned citizens on the other end reported a distressed cat. As soon as the call ended, they sprang into action with confidence. You must be wondering, what went wrong? Your first guess might be an injured cat in need of desperate rescue, or a cat during attack. However, it was far from usual. This incident was reported by a hardworking shopkeeper running a small medicine store in a bustling city. He was always actively engaged with his customers and was well known for his dedication to his work. However, one day proved to be different from the rest, as it was a day he would never forget. While working, he heard a meowing sound from behind the shop wall. Curious, he started investigating the source of the noise. It was a cat, trapped and struggling to break free from its captivity. The complexity of the issue left him feeling helpless. The clock was ticking. Tension was rising until the team arrived. They were ready to put their expertise to the test. The challenge they faced was unlike any they had encountered before. This situation demanded their full attention and problem-solving skills to overcome. After deep analysis, they had an idea of the whole situation. So what was the issue that prevented citizens from extending his help? The hole was too narrow for the cat's head to pass back through. Their resolution? To carefully remove the segment of the wall encasing the hole. Yet if you thought that was the sole hurdle, brace yourself for the unexpected. It was a concrete wall, and the biggest challenge was to carefully remove the cat's head without causing it any harm. Finally, the rescue mission started. The animal rescue team, equipped with tools and a gentle touch, began the delicate task of cutting the wall around the hole. The tension was visible as they meticulously chipped away at the wall, piece by piece. There was no room for haste. With every precise strike, hearts raced, knowing that just a few millimeters stood between the tool and the cat's head. The air was thick with anticipation. With utmost precision and care, they tirelessly worked. Finally, the moment arrived when all their efforts paid off, bringing an end to the ordeal. The moment of rescue, once filled with tension, turned into a scene of relief and joy. What happened next was a touching reminder of the connection between humans and animals. As the team checked the cat to make sure it was okay, everyone felt very emotional. But soon, the cat knew it was safe and started to feel less scared. Everyone who was stuck in that misery breathed a sigh of relief. The shopkeeper, who witnessed the entire rescue, expressed gratitude to the team for their swift action. This rescue story, mixing suspense with warmth, showcased the remarkable strength of animals and the kindness of people ready to help. A curious cat, a concerned shopkeeper, and a dedicated rescue team came together in a moment that not only saved a life, but also touched the hearts of all involved. A huge thanks and shout out to all the people involved. In a world where every life is valuable, this story is a beautiful reminder of the impact we can have when we come together to help those in need, no matter how small. If you enjoyed this story, we would love to hear more from you. Do you want to see more stories like this? Share your thoughts about this act of kindness in the comments. And if you love cat rescue videos, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.